name is Stu Elrod. I am Kenny Monoman's detective partner. Kenny explained in Log 1 that we were trying to solve the mystery of Arnold's escape and who is committing these modern murders. Many think Arnold is responsible for these murders, since as soon as Arnold Wesker was rescued, the murders began. This connects to our working conspiracy that Arnold was not just a crazy murderer, but he was actually manipulated by a pin king named Scarface. We'll dive deeper into that later, but for now we should focus on the modern murders, I think. There have so far been 2 murders recently, after Arnold's escape. Marcus Art was shot and killed in his own home. Ellen Mickey was found with a knife in her neck outside Lengate Bridge. The one thing their murders have in common is both of the bodies had tiny scars, all over their faces. Now, this was Scarface's signature for when he killed someone. He'd leave scars on their faces, and that's how he got his name, Scarface. And that's just one of our evidence that we have for Scarface being the true mastermind behind Arnold Wesker's fall. Now, obviously, I know that we know that Scarface is kind of an old figure now, but who knows? By the time that Arnold was around, and maybe he's trying to make a comeback. But anyways, so if you think that's the only evidence we have, you're wrong, and you will hear more about it in maybe the next log. But I'm gonna switch over to Kenny soon, so stay tuned.
It had been a long day. I had an hour left of work, then I was good to go home. To pass the time, I sifted through new case files that had little to almost no evidence that my partners Stu and I might have to solve soon. Then, after a while, I was down to the last 2, and I had 5 minutes left on the clock. I was about to pack up and leave, but one of the names caught my eye. The file said Arnold Wesker, but with a question mark. It was weird. Wesker's case was closed years ago, but I decided to do a little digging anyway. I went and found Wesker's old file, the looking symbol, and went through the methods and weapons of both the killings, and the evidence found at the scenes of the crimes. The new file didn't have much evidence, but the murders in both were very similar. Almost too similar. The victims were stabbed in the back, each and every time. And every time they were dragged just out of view, into something like an alley. The knife was always left in the victim's back, but had no fingerprints. Friends of Wesker said in the past he liked to wear gloves, and would smell like blood when they hung out. But because he worked with dead animals to package meat, they didn't think anything of it. I was starting to think maybe it was Wesker killing these people. He did escape prison really recently, and I can't figure out who would help him, though. Maybe Scarface was back. I'll show Stu what I found tomorrow. It's late. I'm going home.